So, good evening guys, welcome to OTL's end of season bash. Just a bit of fun, a little chat over of the season just past. Joined this evening as always with Jensen, and we have our delightful owner alongside us in Officer Doofy. Good evening guys.
Oh, thank you, Chris. That's really sweet of you.
That's the one and only time I'm going to say good things about you.
I bet.
So, Adam, you're here, so you can just you can be like the main man when it comes to, I think, talking about your drivers, and I think everybody wants to hear how you feel about a season as an owner.
As the owner, I grab the feedback after every week from yourselves, from Jensen, by looking at the stream numbers, and I think it's been very successful. But that's by no part really anything to do with me. It's more the drivers on the grid and you two on comp. I think you two make the streams what they are. To be fair, the reactions and the banter and whatever else. But I ultimately, I'll say season 2's been a cracker. But you've seen the races from a better perspective than me. I've seen it from the back.
Yes, well, not always. Let's not drop people down so quickly. Yeah, me and Jensen, I think we've said it week after week. And Jensen will agree with me. OTL's always managed to drive out, especially on a Monday night, some very good and entertaining content. Maybe every driver that was partaking in some of said content that was maybe exciting for a spectator, maybe weren't best pleased, but I think most drivers in a whole over the course of the season, with no tempers can flare at times, but I think it was also successful on that side as well. Nobody really took anything to heart. I think there was a lot of tension and a lot of fair but hard competition, even in the Discord channels and where the drivers communicate, and that replicated out on track. But in the end, I think everything was within lines, and I think that's a big part of league racing and being a league owner. I think if your guys are still motivated come the end of the season, and although maybe some things never worked out the way it did for some, and it's worked out better for others, I think everybody still has a mutual level of respect.
I'd agree there, and I think everybody understands what OTL is, and what it is to me is for me to come and have fun racing. I'm not the quickest, never will I be, but I have fun, and that's why I've done it.
Yep.
You know, and I feel like you two have fun in the comment box. Having a laugh and a joke when someone like Pedro makes a stupid decision to pit when he's in a great position to finish high. And I think that shows on track as well. Yeah, there is moments, but there's always moments.
Yes, you'll never take the competition out of everybody, and it would be selfish to ever ask that of the drivers. But ultimately, I think you've always tried to entail is you can be beaten but still respect and laugh about it. And
yes, definitely.
I think that's definitely a big part of what OTL is.
Yes, yeah, it definitely is. And obviously we're going to be moving into a season 3 with the new game, and I just expect it to go to another level. Again, with the same guys. I believe most of the guys are staying on, and we'll raise the bar again.
Yes. Jensen, are you here?
Yes, I am.
You've been very quiet.
Yes, I am here, sir.
Usually never. Yeah. It was because we've not asked him anything about numbers yet. See, if we'd asked him about numbers, he wouldn't shut up for 10 minutes.
Definitely. But I tell you what, right, I want to put you two on the spot right now. Right, because obviously I've been asking for votes from the drivers for driver of the season and stuff. Forget that. I want your two driver of the season.
So, like, are we allowed to cast one individually or, like, collect? Individually.
You can do one individually. Do one individually, because obviously it's good. You've watched everybody race, the whole season. So you've seen every driver from a different perspective. So who stood out for you?
Oh, Jensen, you can answer first, because 28 coffee will be Well, we chat.
I think
While he thinks.
over this season, I've definitely noticed a few guys, well, main two drivers that caught my eye were the two Red Bulls over the season of F. Lewis and Mikey. Definitely, Mikey's definitely improved over this season. He's started to become a regular podium sitter over the course when we get into the second half. Like, you saw him picking up a few at the start, like 1 or 2 in the first half, and then he went on with it. And yeah, in the end, he came out best of the rest in the championship, I think. So, if I was going to pick someone, I'd probably go Mikey.
Fair enough, there you go. Mikey, you've got Jensen's boyfriend, we'll call that one.
Mikey. I think that's a deserved one. Let me stop my cup and take my perch, and I will answer. I was actually thinking about this afternoon, and I just kind of mirror what Jensen said. The natural progression in a league is sometimes a thing that's hard to find or hard to get. I think there's a dynamic in OTL though that everybody wants to beat somebody that's in front of them, and I think that's never a bad thing. And I know we mentioned some in particular, but to be honest, I think across the season I can't really think of a driver that didn't develop any. Because even if you look at somebody like Pedro, we call him Mr. Second Last, and we know it's a laugh and a joke, but coming into the last few seasons, we've seen him up racing inside top 10s and sitting in P8s and P9s, so there was definitely something happening that I know sometimes it's luck of the draw and incidents happen and people get taken out, but you still got to race the positions and stay there. So a standout driver, it's tough for me because I think Mikey, I'm not taking away anything that Mikey done near the end of the season. He was probably absolutely the most progressed driver, but I think Mikey always showed that he had that in his locker. He just was never quite hooking everything up all at the one time, or silly little incidents. I think Mikey has always shown he could be a really competitive driver. It was just little things, maybe not quite happening, and it's just something clicked near the end of the season and he found that little bit that he was looking for. So I think Mikey's only solidified something that we've seen. So for that reason I maybe wouldn't pick Mikey right at the top. But somebody who came in and really surprised me was Mr. Rage. He was probably... He started the season and he had some good qualifying performances, but the races were really bad. Like, I'm sure the first couple of races he was falling way outside the top 5, sometimes outside the top 10. But he really showed towards the end of the season that his racing progressed. I know, again, sometimes with incidents and that, but for me, Mr. Rage was probably... He was the one, and then that win at Brazil coming to the end of the season. Yeah. So Mr. Rage for me. Sorry I waffled a bit.
Well, I mean, you did waffle, I'm just a bit shocked you chose him. He always moans at me at the parties every Monday. Oh, I want a party invite. Oh, give me a party invite.
SPW says cough cough. Oh, there's something for you, SPW, don't worry. But we'll save you for later.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we're going to get down to the nitty gritty, as a whole, the season's been great. We've had incidents. They've been dealt with. Everybody has acted like mature adult, barring Mike. Everyone's acted like an adult, not Mike. I want to make that clear. Mike has not acted like an adult at all. So maybe we should drop a couple of awards on these people.
Yes.
I mean,
you have the votes, so that.
I mean, I can look at them. I mean, yes, I do have the votes. I mean, I'm just looking at who's in the lobby. Who's not in the lobby yet? Ellie's meant to be in the lobby. I mean, I'll tell you what, we'll do this award first. Mona of the season. now let me get in depth with this award, right? Moaner of the season. All they have done is moan and moan and moan, not just to me but to others, and it's just a lot of moaning. So that award, if somebody could invite Mike to the party, I'd like him to come and accept that. He's such a moaner. Oh my god, he done my nuts in a Britain. Honestly, he actually made me, as soon as the race finished, leave.
Well, I think we'll be able to talk to him.
Do you disagree with that? Do you disagree with Mike?
No.
Well, he's in now, so you'll be able to talk to him about that.
Michael. Good, Michael. How'd you feel? Moaner of the year. Yeah. Fair enough.
It's the only thing you come first at, I guess. I'm sorry.
Good man, Mike. Now go away.
You're just going to go into the other party and moon now.
Yeah, you know he is. Right, now then, I've got another special award.
Do you have a driver's driver of the season, Adam, yeah?
I do, yes, I have a driver's driver of the season and a rookie of the season.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I mean, there was a couple of dodgy votes for driver of the season.
Some rigged votes.
Not rigged, I mean, I just think like the two people that done these two votes, they were smoking crack or something.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, let's elaborate on it. One of them voted for SPW.
Oh no.
What's he smoking?
Yeah,
It
see
was my reaction on
that dead silence after someone voted for SPW just spoke volumes.
I mean, wait for the next one, mate. And then somebody else voted Pedro.
Wow.
The silence after that one was...
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I can name and shame these two.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
it's their opinion, isn't it?
It would shame.
Right, okay then. Alright. So, right, we're gonna...
We definitely know
speaking of
whoever
Pedro,
voted for
we have
Pedro
one.
was paid, so...
Must have been. But speaking of Pedro, he does have an award tonight, so because you can accept it for him. He has whole of the season from Bahrain Short.
He has what?
Pole position of the season.
Whole of the season. Whole position of the season.
And he done it by coming stone dead last.
In
So
Bahrain.
what would I say? So right, I will be the Pedro of the moment. I will do this for the luxury of the chat and even for Pedro to look back on Monday. And what would Pedro say? He would probably chat some waffle like, it's just 'cause I'm better. I could have took more, but I was just giving every day a chance. I know I'm dog shit, but next season I'm going to beat every day. Thank you.
Dear, that's definitely a Pedro.
I thought he said Pedro said whole of the season as well, SPW, don't worry.
Oh dear. Right, let's see. Right, now this is one for old Ranger. He's won an award. Sort of. He was part of this. The best takeout of the season.
Take out of the season.
Takeout of the season. This was the Russia curves that took Ranger out. Because it took him out in quali and then in the race. I can't remember which curve it was, but I'm sure that video.
Is Ranger in the lobby?
He is in the lobby.
Let me see if I can get him in the party.
Let's see. I just remember it.
So takeout of the season.
The curve took him out. The curve, Russia's curve took him out.
What is his game tag?
and
Rangers YouTube 7?
Yes, Ranger underscore YT7.
Oh, it's an underscore.
Yes, with an underscore. Oh, so I've got 11 at the moment.
Okay.
As you see, Adam, I'm listing the award winners in the channels.
Oh, nice. Good man. Good man.
in the
Good
bold.
man.
Right.
So I
we'll
don't know
give
if
Rangers
Rangers are
time.
chatter, but I have added them.
No, don't worry.
I will be back in
if
50 seconds.
If he joins, if he doesn't
Yes.
join.
If he doesn't join, he's got an award, you know.
Yeah.
While we wait, I'll tell you what, I know somebody else who's not online, he probably won't join in the party. We have an award for the best overtake on the formation lap.
Best overtake on the formation lap. Wow. That's,
Yes, and again, I believe that was Russia. Now, Mike will say in chat if I'm wrong, and it was Maharton. Fantastic overtake on the formation lap.
So,
It was a blinder.
Martin overtake on the formation lap of the season. That is.
Yes, formation lap overtake of the season. Now, I'm not going to get these two in because they'll probably just end up moving. But we have Team Cup of the season.
Oh.
And that, yes, Team Cup of the season. And that goes to the Alfa Romeo boys
Well,
for Brazil, where they was trying to make sure that Nelly didn't finish P2, and somehow they stuffed it.
yeah, on the line, they tried
Such
to.
a simple task.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tried to be brave, didn't they? They tried to be smart. But it didn't come off. So, what a fuck up. Now, you guys listen on stream, because the numbers are a bit lower than I expected. Do we want to do short quality?
How many's in?
No. 11. Some people have said no, last minute change. Last minute. No problem, Mike. I think you and Ray deserve that. Right, Rangers clearly not joining, so we're going to go with. Is Nelly in yet? Nelly's not in?
No.
Right, well, we'll go with Rookie of the Season now. Now, I had your votes. Not everyone voted, losers. Wasn't a hard task. Send me a message. Who you thought you didn't. But Rookie of the Season has gone to F. Lewis, which I think is very well deserved.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
agree.
He's I don't know, I think also he's had his issues, and when he's caught up in saying it's not been his fault, 9 times out of 10, I'd say. But he's definitely, as an owner's perspective and looking at it, he's the one that's improved the most out of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that in Monaco, got the P2. Of course, a few other podiums later in the season. Got a bit unlucky
Yeah.
for the win sometimes, but I mean, still, pretty decent job there. Both Red Bulls across
Yeah,
the
he
season.
did get unlucky. I was speaking to him over Discord the other night, and sometimes there's just nothing he can do. But he's had a great season, and he finished. I've got the points updated. He finished. He finished 5th overall.
Yep.
5th in the end. 5th.
Sixth.
5th in the season. Was it 6th? Why are you saying 6th, Robinson?
No, I think that was. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
no,
the
he
standings.
finished.
Ah,
Oh no, I haven't updated him yet.
yeah,
I've
I
got
see
him
that.
updated in front of me. So he finished 5th. No, we'll move swiftly on for that one. So that one's for you, F. Lewis. And their driver of the season, voted by some of these guys. Who
Here
do
we
you
go,
think
guys.
it is? Who do you think?
I think
What's
it's
that?
going to be.
Driver of the season. Who do you think they voted for?
Driver.
Yeah.
Nelly.
Mikey.
And Jensen, you said who?
Nelly.
One of you's correct, and it is Jensen that is.
Oh,
Nelly
Nelly got
is
it.
our driver of the season.
Oh, nice.
It was. Let me have a look. I wrote everything down. It was quite. It wasn't close. Nelly hands down on it.
Oh, well.
Mike. I think Mike got one vote. I think that's from himself. But that's that one. Right, so I've switched it to short quality. But Chris, would you like to go over this next award and what it entails?
I don't know if this was your award, so I think it's on you.
I know, but I want you to hand it. Okay, well you know who's won it. So this next award, it was discussed with a few of us, and it's called the SPW Award. Now, what this entails is you are by far an arsehole.
If ever award, if you could describe a award as shithousery, SPW is that.
A shitty arsehole, yeah.
Yes, so that is why this is the SPW Award. There's many more things that go underneath it. I mean, Chris, would you like to announce the winner? And I'll send the person a party with me. We'll get him to come in and accept it.
So the SPW award this season goes to SPW.
Yay!
Congratulations, SPW.
Oh, I mean, he should be so proud of himself. He's going to have to come and join the party and accept this.
We were said to take our award tonight, and here it is.
Oh, come on,
sure
Steve,
I'm sure he'll be very happy accepting this reward,
I've
bearing
been
his own
waiting
name.
I've been waiting for this award. It's just who's going to take this award next season?
Just so we can hear SPW again. There is the man of the hour.
The shithouse himself.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel, buddy? You got an award. You're not. I mean, you're an overachiever, mate. This SPW award means everything. It just explains you to a T, my friend. No, the SPW.
Oh, it's like arsehole of the season.
Yeah, dickhead of the season. Knob of the season.
But
Ladies and gentlemen, the SPW
somebody
award
had to win
recipient.
Since it was an award named in your honour, it seemed only fitting that you'd be the first man to lift that award. So.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That is it. Yes.
That is it. That is your
Proud?
award
Are you
recipient,
proud?
SPW.
I mean, I feel like he's proud. Everybody feel like he's proud?
It's an award.
No. I'd be.
I guess.
I'd be proud of you. Exactly. You know, unlike your rival Mikey, didn't get shit. No, yeah, he beat you, didn't he? Yes, you can go now, Stephen. You can go.
Yep.
Come on, Stevie, out you go. Well, I mean, I feel like that's it. I mean, there's people missing from the race, but Paul should be joining you in a second, Benson.
Yes.
Is it 8 o'clock? No, it's not quite 8 o'clock yet. Yeah, other people want to jump in and join the race.
And
Do you have 12 drivers now?
Who's
I think
just joined
we
us?
are.
Jay? F. Lewis is in. Oh, it's just NTX Jay.
internet's been pretty cool.
So
To
is
me.
our awards good? Are we finished?
Yes,
Are we
yeah,
good
no,
to
that,
leave gents
yeah,
to
no, they're
racing?
done.
Yeah. And just had a network error there. Stream's still going, I think. Yeah, stream is still going. But I don't know what just happened
And
there.
you're
Right, we will leave yous then. Have fun, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes, well, because you need to pick your car, mate.
Yeah. Good luck, you two.
Yes, right, yes, I'm going to bugger off. Yes, enjoy. Have fun.
Yeah.
Good luck, bud.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Good luck out.
Outers. Right, if I can ever leave the party, finding this overly difficult.
And that my old compatriot Skarma joining me for the commentary today.
How have you been?
Yes, been doing
How have
good,
you been,
mate.
Jensen?
Yes, been doing good.
Good.
Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. We're just waiting for the new game to come out, really.
Yeah, I think everyone
And
is at the moment. They're only 1 week away,
yeah, it won't be too long.
which is pretty good. So, of course, this will be the, I think, penultimate race for the Racing Hub on this game, of course, for OTL Elite Thursday. So, this is just the end of OTL, and I think soon we'll be getting underway. But yeah, Monaco. What do you think about Monaco, Scar?
Well, I'm not racing, so that's exactly what I think about it.
Ah,
I could have raced, but I thought, no, I'll come join you. I heard Chris was racing, so I thought I'd jump in here with you. I'm not a fan of this track. I have to replace my wing about 3 or 4 times, so...
I'm happy I've got someone to commentate with, at least. It shouldn't be a boring Grand Prix anyway.
Monaco never is.
No one's really contesting for points here, so it's not going to be anything too serious. I think it's just, yeah, having a fun end of season. But
Yeah.
I think my internet may have had a moment a few minutes ago.
Everyone's ready. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Ooh, looks a bit foggy out there.
Hey, I think it's just a night. Because we're doing a night race, I think, around Monaco today. So
With the lights.
yeah, under the lights. I don't think damage is on. I'm unsure actually. I'm gonna quickly. I think it's on full actually. So yep, full damage. So people still gonna be careful anyway. But first car's coming out on track, and we haven't got any times up yet. We haven't got anyone out on the track yet, of course. But who do you think is going to be the top 3 in the qualifying?
I think Mike, Chris. I think Chris will surprise me. I'd like Adam to be there. I know he likes Monaco, but I think Brock will take one of the top 3.
I think it's going to be. I'm going to go Brock, Chris, Naup for the top 3. So I think I have raced with Naup before in another league, and he's quite competitive. So he's one.
I've never seen him before, so I will keep an eye out.
It'll just be a mystery for now, but I think drivers getting around to start their lap. I think it's Ranger will be the first driver to actually start a lap, and he's getting out the way of Mike. So Mike will be the new lead car. Let's see what he will do for this qualifying session to start off. And oh, he had a big moment out of the final corner, but it's pretty commonplace around Monaco. Going through turn 1, keeping it very planted through. They're going up the hill into Casino section, and there's, you look like in sector 3, doesn't look too, it's just cars backing up, but Mike through sector 1, 18-1.
Ranger behind him is an 18-4.
So Mike at the moment 3 attempts ahead, and he's really resting in the car, power sliding out of every corner, and now out of the session, and he's hit the wall on exit of the chicane, and go back on board with Mike, you'll be able to see that, and he will be starting from the back unless anyone else is out of it. But Mike going through, oh, he had a big moment, he's caught it just, I don't know if he picked up damage or not, he's going through Brascas, and here we go, and it's 9-5. I'm getting a bit of delay, I think, on my screen, so everything might be a bit delayed for that, but Chris is 51-3 through sector 2, so maybe a mid 0.8.
I think Adam's just finished the lap, yeah he has.
Mid 108 for Chris. Mr. Rage 109.3, Chris 108.8, and I think Brock's backing off to go again.
They've all gone for softs. People are out anyway.
F. Lewis going through the middle sector, he is on for maybe a low 10. Jay and Tex to join as well to take up another spot in this race. But here comes F. Lewis, he's got to cross the line out, and it is a mid 10, just behind Adam.
Just started a fast lap.
Yeah, right on board with Rocket. Oh, that's a big hit!
Ooh.
Ooh, and that is...
Ooh, Adam. What's happened to Adam?
Most of his wing gone there, and Adam... See where the Mercedes is. Oh, Mikey! Mikey, he tries avoiding it, but he couldn't, and he's out of the session, Mikey.
And I think Chris lost the wing there as well. He got caught up behind both of them.
Oh, and he's just lost
Yeah, he's
the
going
wing.
to pit.
Yeah, I think he was just coming in there, but that was unfortunate for Mikey there. Adam, the crash there, he couldn't really move anything. Couldn't do anything else after that, but...
I think SPW is the only person on... He's got a purple sector actually, purple sector 1. He's the only one on a lap at the moment that I can see.
Yeah, he's got 19-1 sector 1. I think he's the only one on a lap on a flying lap at the moment, so we'll just go on board with that for now. There's a 53.5. I don't think it's really much of a flying lap. It's invalidated over the curb, so that will be that lap gone, and he'll be in the pits. So
That was unfortunate because he had purple first and second sector on my screen anyway.
yeah, range is just invalidated as well. Mike's back out on track.
Then Tex is on a fast lap, I believe. And so... Oh.
So Mike's about to start his next flying lap, and the others going there, but Mike, here we go for his second go at pole position at Monaco, and he's backed off the lap. I think he is going again next lap.
Chris is on an outlap at the moment.
Let's see what Ranger's on. Ranger 18.4 in the medium tyre in sector 1. Ranger's actually quite fast around Monaco, it looks like. Here we go. Going through Mirabeau, he is driving very nicely on his lap. Into the chicane. Oh, he had a bit of a... yeah. Wasn't the greatest line through there, but he's only a second off Chris, middle sector. So I think he'll be with F. Lewis, and Mike is there. Mike's impeding. And I don't know how Ranger will like that, but Mike is going to start a new lap. And wheels spinning off the line there. Ranger a 10.9 on the medium tyre.
Brock's got a purple sector 1. He's coming up to it.
18.1 Brock. No wall contact this time on this lap. So he's committing. So there we go, Brock. About matching Chris and Mr. Rage here. Mr. Rage provisional pole with a 8.7. Let's see what Brock does. Brock to across the line is an 8. No, it's a 9.0. So he goes P3. And Mr. Rage currently sitting right on there on pole position, and Chris has got an 8.7.
Mike was
only
on the lap. He's just going past the pit. He was half a tenth down.
He's a little bit down and crosses the line. It's a 9.4. And that will be that lap done for him. So Matterman also on a lap on the medium tyre. Taking the Red Bull through Principality this time. Everyone in different cars as well. It's what they will be. They're all trying something different. And Brock's on a quicker lap here. And as a 5-place grid penalty for Chris, makes contact with SPW somewhere. Which I don't know where that happened, but Brock goes another lap. He gets an 8.8. Matterman, he gets a 10.7 on the mediums. He goes P8. F4 Fusion starting a lap. J&Tex. Oh, J&Tex going to the pits. Look, all the wheels there.
Someone's into the wall. SPW's into the wall.
And yeah, SPW in the wall and out of qualifying. 6 minutes left and we've lost almost half the field. So hopefully it's not what we see in the race, but
I think F4 Fusion might be on the lap here.
You could invite people, yes. Hold on a second. No action out on track. So I'm going to quickly Pelly ask for an invite. I'll just get him to. Sorry for the blue screen, guys, but we're back now. Everyone was on out laps anyway. F. Lewis around to, looks like, start a flying lap.
Jantex there.
Cephalos going around his lap on the medium tyre in the AlphaTauri car, the one step down in the Red Bull, but see what he does, a little scrape the wall. He comes into the chicane, very close to the barriers there, using all the curb, pretty good chicane from him. Coming up to the swimming pool chicane here. Easy to get it wrong. He's kept it just about. Mitch is out. I think he's retired in the pits though. So, and Cephalos into the pits. So I guess we'll go on board with Chris. Chris is half a tenth up in sector 1. So he is up on the time. He is aiming to take pole position. And he is 1/10 up now. To see what he does. A little bit of contact. He may have got a bit of damage there, but sacrificing it for a bit of time. And I don't think it hurt him too much. A little bit of contact with the final corner exit barrier, and it's a 8.6 for Chris. He'd be happy he took that pole position there, but will he have time for one more lap? Of course, Rage and Brock's still waiting there. It's going to be a close qualifying between those guys. And of course, Mike, he's burning the fuel. Maxed out 13k revs. Now laps.
Or Fusion is just starting the lap. Yeah.
Oh yeah, barrier up the hill as well. Hopefully didn't pick up any damage from there, but yep, going through sector 1.
It doesn't look like he's got any damage.
And we'll look, yeah, he doesn't look like. I think the minimum is good to go lime green damage, which is just structural damage, I think, but it's not too bad. So F4 Fusion going through into the final sector here. He is 52.9. Oh, he had a big moment, and oh, that's lap gone. For F4 Fusion. Jantex is
Mike is a 10th and a half up through sector 1.
Yeah, it was a good sector 1 from Mike. He is on form at the moment through that sector 1. As he comes into the swim, or not the swimming pool chicane, it's one of the chicanes, but we're going to go into the final sector. Mike is on fire on this lap. Big moment, but he's managed to catch it as he goes it through into the final part of the lap. Mike possibly steal pole position here. If he gets this final part of the lap right, he gets a good exit as well. Here we go. P2 for Mike. 1/10 off Chris. Mr. Rage on his final flying lap as well. Same with Brock. Brock is, I think, about a 10th down on his fastest lap, but he still has 2 runs of it. And Mataman just started a lap, I think.
Yes, he has.
Kelly's just starting a lap as well. So I guess we'll go on board with Brock. Brock is pushing it through this final sector. Here we go, see what he gets. That was brilliant from Brock there through the final sector. Is he going to steal pole position at 8.3?
God.
And he's going to carry on again. But I think that might be a safe pole. Mike is done. Mr. Rage, can he come back at it? He can't improve.
Jantex is putting up a time as well.
I think
1:10.
Mr. Rage going again, but Chris, can he steal pole position away from Brock here.
Mr. Rage is also up at 10th and a half in the first
A bit
sector.
of contact at the wall there. And Chris is matching Brock's sector 1, I think. Or is it just a bit quicker? I think that's where Brock's been struggling on this lap. But Brock's 2 temps up as we come back onto him. Oh, he had a big moment out of there and he's backed off. He is just asked to load more of those tyres in the race now, but can Chris say anything about it? As he goes through the middle sector here, Chris is 1 tenth down. It doesn't
Mr.
look
Range
like
is
he's...
just about to put it into second, I think.
And-
Oh, he's run out of fuel just on the line.
Oh, and that's a crash in the final sector from JNTEX, and yeah, that's everyone done. So Brock takes pole position here in the final OTL fun race around Monaco, and Chris reverses across the line.
And backwards.
So Matterman also coming up, and he's going for the pits.
It'll be interesting to see Pelly from 11th there as well.
He's got the free choice, isn't he? So
Yes.
he can go very long if he wanted to, but these guys on the softs, they have to try and get a 20-second gap or so to the medium red counterparts. But let's see. Ranger is on the mediums as well, so he'll be starting on the mediums in the top 10, P9. Everyone else in the top 10 would be softs though. And Chris, just remember that he has a 5-place grid penalty, so he'll be dropping down to P7, which is just behind Mikey. So everyone from Mike
look.
down to Mikey,
He's next to Adam.
he'll be right alongside Adam on the grid there. The question is, can Brock remain unchallenged through the race? We see someone have a go for it, but find out.
Well, my predictions were right until his 5 grid penalty place.
Well, I mean, predicted the results of qualifying, not the grid, I guess, so
That's good enough.
yeah, it's alright. What times do I usually do here? I do, I think, get it all right in a qualifying session, and I could easily 0.8s, 0.7s. But yeah, I mean, I'd have to race here until the new game, so pretty happy with that. Especially when I'll be turning off the assists on the new game. This is one of the tracks where it's really difficult. So
Oh, someone's readied up. I don't know if they were waiting for 5 minutes.
Chris is ready up as well. I don't know.
Warp and Ranger.
Is it a yes? Are we going? Well, I mean, it's only it's not a championship race, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. We have to get Mataman an invite back. I'm going to quickly get him just a couple spares. But we're waiting for Mr. Rage to load. There we go.
Just read it up.
So here we go. There's the predicted strategy: soft to medium and soft to hard being the two.
Everyone pulled away.
With Brock
Yes.
on pole position and Mike P2. So
Everyone's pulled off as well, which is good.
looking at the grid, Scummer, who do you think's going to be the top three in the end of the race?
I think Brock will stay with first. But I do think Pelly may grab a top 3 here just because of the medium tyre. I think Mike will get second though as well. But I think it will go Brock, Mike, then Pelly probably.
I'm going to go for Brock, Mike, and F. Lewis, I think. As he was one of the stand-up in the actual OTL race around Monaco with the P2.
I didn't race it, I think I joined just after Monaco.
So look at, they've all got a move on, haven't they? The top 7, and what's happened to Officer Doofy there?
I think that's Adam.
That is a huge car gap, isn't it? There he is, just taking his time going around this formation. That I don't actually think he's even in control of the car actually. So
Looking on my screen, everyone's on X's.
yeah, he's not in control of the car, but I don't think the tyre temps go down anyway on the grid until everyone is there. Scum, is it possible if you could get an invite to F4 Fusion? Cause it's kicked JNTX as well. Has it kicked everyone? Everyone's out. Okay. So I think everyone's just disconnected there. So I think we'll get a restart of the session.
Yeah, it's just come up on mine that there's not enough players.
Not enough players, yeah.
I should really add all these.
So I guess we've got to wait on the invites from Adam for the new session.
I've noticed the game's been doing this a lot more since the new one has been added to the store. I will be back in 2 minutes, Jensen.
Yep. think we got an invite, yes. Oh god, I was very late to that. Can you send now an invite? Okay, so.
I am back, Jensen. I think everyone's here. I think we're ready to go.
So we're going now.
How do you find this track anyway, Jensen? Do you like this?
It's a love-hate relationship, really. But like sometimes you love a hook up the laps and get a perfect race, or if something doesn't go your way because of the track. Like the barriers are definitely one I do hate.
It gets frustrating as well, doesn't it? If you make a mistake and another one, you seem to find the trap to keep doing it.
That's going to be the thing that the drivers want to avoid, is hitting those barriers, and of course trying to avoid those frustrations. But yeah, we are waiting for F. Lewis.
Adam didn't give out the commentator award, did he? This season.
Well, there'll be one winner and one loser, wouldn't there? So. I mean, yeah, it's like it's been a good night for awards, actually. I mean, of course, the SPW award being a big one.
Few strange ones in there.
Yeah. Fuck up of the season.
Best overtake on a formation lap.
Take out of the season. Pole position. Yeah.
Pole position.
Good awards. I think, yeah, everyone getting their setups pretty much and strategies. So, I think they're given about 2 minutes or so. People have got to remember that. And there's the ready up from now up, so it looks like he's got everything. Hopefully everyone else has got all their stuff done, otherwise that not be good for them. Brock's there, Ranger's done, Mitch is done, GNTX, SPW, Chris. All those guys still spinning. I think they're, yeah, just about done. But let's see. Anyways,
Boofy on mine, which is spinning.
I wonder if anyone's gonna go against the rules here and go for like a cheating on the tyres, but no, it doesn't look like they are though.
I think like.
Yeah, they're all on the right tyres. That's good to see. Except for JNTX, I don't know if he's supposed to be on those tyres or not. I think he did say he was on mediums last time, so I think that is right. Chris gets his P2 back after that.
I'm not really sure what happened, because when I went to Chris, he was in the pit. And SPW was just coming out the pit, so I don't really know where it happened.
Well, Chris, he don't have to back down in P7 anymore. He's got his P2 back. Mike will be dropped down to P3, of course. He's probably be a bit annoyed. Everyone will probably be a bit annoyed to have a gained position from Chris in the first place, but everyone on the mediums, bottom 7, and everyone soft in the top 8, so pretty equally divided between the two groups. But yeah, looking at the grid now, I think they have different thoughts on top 3. I think Brock Chris and Mike may just stay there for the top 3 today, unless Chris does a cock up like I think 2 years ago. He did something, he got to a race win going for a fastest lap here, so yes, I did say that. He does watch this back, yes I did say that, so don't do it again. But looks like we're about to get to the lights out in a few moments time. Just Mitch lining up at the back, 2 Alfa Romeo sandwiching the whole field. Mitch at the back, Brock at the front. Let's wait for the right camera, and here we go. We've got 5 lights for this Monaco race here for OTL, and we get underway, and it's a great start from Brock. He keeps the race lead going into turn 1. A lot of side-by-side action going down the field, and there's been a big crash, and that is Matterman. Red Bull having a big moment there, but it says he's down in P9 still for some reason. I think it's just have to wait for it to render out. But Brock's got away clearly. Yeah, it's all bugging out at the moment.
I think everybody else kept position.
Here we go. Yep. So it's all cleared up, and there's another yellow flag. I think that's just Lowe's hairpin being Lowe's hairpin, but Brock leads from Chris. Mike is all over the back of Chris here already, trying to get him to the move on at the moment. The gaps are frozen at the front for the top 4. So we can't actually see the real gaps, but I think Brock has definitely got a gap over Chris now. About maybe 1.5 seconds to cross the line we might be able to see. But Chris in the pits.
Hit it already.
Wing change, I think. He may have hit the wall hard somewhere. And look at his wing, I think his left hand side. That took the battering, and he will be in P13 as he leaves the pits.
That man and Mitch are both coming as well.
But we look at the gaps now. Brock leading by 1.7 seconds. It looks like he's going to have an easy way for this race.
Just the ranges all over the back of Mike though.
Mike's going to watch his back over his Alfa Romeo teammate for OTL season. Here goes Rage. He's using a bit of his energy here. You do not want to use your energy around Monaco because you cannot recover it back. It's such a tricky one to do. And Brock is sat on maximum energy. I don't think he's had to use anything this race. So already on the first 2 laps, but the top 3 have broken away. Brock is broken away. Mike is currently holding the Williams of Mr. Rage back in these laps. And it's now open. Jane They're going side by side through the final corner. That was good racing there, but Jane-Tech's got a bit of wing damage. Wonder if he picked it up from Naub or not. He may have picked it up beforehand, but Naub's up to 8th on the medium tyres. And is Ranger in P7 at the moment, leading driver on the mediums. And he ain't doing such a bad race at all. He's pretty much running by himself at the moment. So be happy where he is, but top 3 have broken away completely. Brock is also doing the same to 2nd and 3rd, so
now Warp had a great start. He's up 5 places. I think the others in front.
There's a penalty already. 5-second penalty for corner cutting. So I think Jane-Tex may have had a moment. He's hit the wall again. He's cut the corner again, and that's 8 seconds of penalties already for the racing point. And he is pitting the car, and it's speeding the pit lane, and he's retired from the session. I'm not surprised. That was unfortunate for Jane-Tex. And here goes SPW up the inside into turn 1. He's gone and done the move. The recipient of the SPW awards, he's gone, made the overtaking, he's weaving away. He's very happy with that one. Oh, and F. Lewis got really close. But SPW is through.
Oh, Pelly's had a spin.
Oh, Pelly, yeah.
Big spin.
He's kept the car running. Oh, he's already picked up a bit of damage. Oh, he's got to be careful of Chris. Chris just avoiding that.
Brock's now 3.5, well, 3.4 seconds. Big gap.
Yeah, it's just going to be a comfortable race for Brock here, I think.
Mr. Ranger's keeping up with Mikey though, it's, that'd be interesting.
And that is Mitch, I think. Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah.
Having a moment in sector 1, but he's got back underway. And so hard to tell if on the Alfa Romeo front wing got damage or not. I think, yeah, he's got right hand side damage, definitely. Brock is already about to come and lap his teammate. So he's using a bit of energy this lap, isn't he? So Brock is getting a hurry on here. We're trying to get the gap, and Mitch is just slowing down, waiting for the guys to go through. Yeah. You don't want to get in the way.
There's a nice train from 4th to 8th, which will be interesting when they pit.
Yeah, F. Lewis leading that one.
The front are on softs, and Ranger and the Walker on the mediums just behind them.
So Brock, I don't think we have to see much of the leaders at the moment. Maybe in the Mr. Rage and Mike battle, but I think Mikey with the back of F. Lewis is going to be an interesting one. With Adam Off-Sadoufis just waiting there in the wings.
He's caught back up to the back of the pack now. The back of S4 Fusion.
Oh, and that's a moment for F. Lewis. F. Lewis and Mikey. Here we go. Is Mikey going to make a move into the chicane on his teammate? This season, another set of teammates going at it at Monaco, and he's not going to get the move done, but Chris has managed to overtake F4 Fusion. I think F4 Fusion may have made it just easy for him there, but otherwise Chris is through. And now the next car ahead is SPW. And this train is now going back to 5 cars.
Oh, SPW had a little... no, Ranger had a moment
now
there.
It's got through.
Almost hit him.
Williams is made his way past into P7. So that is good news for Now Up, as he is now the lead medium running car, but in not too long he's going to be over a pit stop behind the leader, so you don't want to be caught up in this too much. So Mikey's just sat there, and Ranger picks up a 3-second penalty, so that is the first penalty other than Mitch so far in this race. 3 seconds for Ranger.
Oh, and the Warp's going for a move on Officer Doofy.
Another overtake. And there goes Ranger as well. Up the inside of Officer Doofy, they made a bit of contact, but I think they're keeping it relatively clean there. Ranger gets through, Officer Doofy trying to come back, and that's a crash for the Alfa Romeo of Mitch, maybe. Oh, he's just pulled to the side, I think, I don't know what. No, it's a big yellow flag. Oh, he's crashed.
He managed
Again.
to just hold it off the wall.
Just about avoiding a terminal damage there, but he's got to watch his teammate could possibly pick up that end plate and possibly get a puncture. But I think Brock just needs a few more laps. He could extend as long as he can just to get this gap. Mike and Mr. Rage aren't going to have the gap, so they've got to try and go as long as they can as well.
22, 23.
You want to go about, I'd say 11 or 12 laps on the softs really, until your pit stop, and then go mediums. It's the best strategy for it, or an early stop to hards. And the Williams now up, he's gone deep.
Ooh.
He tried getting close to Mikey there, and Ranger is right alongside him at the time, and Mitch gets a penalty for crossing the pit line coming out the pits. And look who's caught back up to this train.
Yeah, Chris is back up to that train now. SPW's not too far behind.
Now it's gonna have to be some clinical passes for Chris if he wants any chance to get back on that podium.
I think the Warford is the closest rival because he's the only medium runner.
I think Brock's at a safe gap for the pit stop to avoid being caught up by the train of F. Lewis.
Very hard to overtake here, isn't it?
And SPW is passing Officer Doofy pits for another set of medium tyres. Actually no, that's a new set of medium tyres because he was on the soft. So looks like Adam will come out in P10 on those new mediums to the end of the race, I think. Trying to get an undercut on this train, I think, and if he does, he'll be up in P4, a net P4. So exactly what Adam wants from this. And look at them all going through the chicane there, it's just crazy, that train.
Wobble there by Mikey, but
Chris is getting close to his teammate. Here we go. Is Chris going to try and get a run for a move? He got close, going to try and get a better run there, and Ranger comes into the pits.
Yeah, Ranger pit.
That's one less car for Chris to tackle. He's got now looking for a move on Mikey. He's gone up the inside, they're going to make a bit of contact, but now gets the move done. Chris takes advantage of that, and he gets past Mikey as well. Mikey tries to keep his nose in there, but he can't. And Chris gets through there into P6. And now he's got his teammate, well, not his teammate, but now on the same, pretty much the same strategy as Chris now. Unless Chris could take it to the end, now it's on the same strat. So they'll be fighting for position. And now up here we go, this is going to be surely a move into the chicane. Here we go. Oh, he's getting close, but he's not going to get done.
We might hit though.
He's got the exit though. Here we go, they're going side by side. Lock up for now, but F. Lewis backs out of it. Lucky enough there. Doesn't get caught up, and now is through, but let's see that Mike and Mr. Rage, they're both pit for the medium tyres.
Well, where's that Adam then?
And oh, look at that. Not where Mike wanted to end up. He ends up behind his teammate on the soft tyre. I don't think this teammate's going to give him any edge at all, really. because he ain't fighting. This ain't a championship, isn't it? It's a non-championship event. You're not really teammates.
Officer Doofy has jumped out.
And Matt Man's out.
Well.
I think he's retired in the pits. So
He jumped in by 5.5 seconds.
oh, Mitch's got to be careful. He's hitting the walls there. And Brock makes the pit stop. I think he's got a good enough gap to now.
He's got 23.5 seconds. He's gone
Yeah,
for
I
a
think
fresh set of mediums as well.
Just about enough, isn't it? And he will rejoin in the lead comfortably, actually, as Chris is hounding the back of Now up here, and he's gonna have Mike join him for company as he's got past Mikey. I think Chris is, oh, he's getting really close, and that's a crash in the swimming pool chicane there, and that is a virtual safety car.
That was
And
F4.
that is F. Lewis.
He's
No,
got
it's
no
not.
wing.
Alfie.
It's F4 Fusion.
Yeah.
He's got no wing, but he's still going, so he's going in
he's
a bit
good.
now.
Yeah. So I think he may have crashed in the fast chicane there. So that will be him into the pits for a new nose and fresh soft tyres. And VSC ends, don't really give the opportunity to pit for most people, and Mr. Rage gets past SPW. I think SPW let him through there as the VSC ended. And looking on track, I think the only actual battle here, and Mikey in the pits, so yeah, the only battle on track at the moment is Now versus Chris for second place in this race, which will turn into a potential net P4, I think. So they gotta get it done, and I knew that Officer Doofy was going to gain from that undercut, and he has. He's jumped ahead of F. Lewis, Mikey, and he is in a net P4, I think, if these guys pit. And Now made a mistake here. Chris has got through. I don't know what happened there, but Chris is into P2. They're both weaving, so I think
He's got his full wing. I'm not really sure what happened.
I think they just swapped positions. I think Chris was thanking him for that, and Now was saying you're welcome, maybe. And there's yellow flag, and it's Mitch in the wall again. He can't stay there for too long, but he's gonna have to.
Mike's closing in. As
Oh,
well
no.
on the walk.
He's got to start reversing now. He's gonna get disqualified here, and he starts reversing
He's lost another bit of wing.
as Adam goes through. Bet that may have scared him, but
LE 3-second time penalty for calling multiple warnings.
another yellow flag is checking if Mikey, no, he was fine. Chris is starting to get away. Mike is over the back of the Williams here, and now it's going to let him go again.
Yeah.
Not his fight, and Mike jumps up into P3 here. Next car for him is Chris.
Mr. Ranger's closing in on the warp as well. His teammate.
There's a yellow flag, and that is F4 Fusion again. Buried his car into the Rascas barriers and picked up more wing damage, and he's coming in for another repair. Race hasn't really gone his way, and he's gone on to intermediate tyres. So I think
Intermediate
That's
tyres.
it. And oh, Mitch, he's got to be careful here to not. I don't know how he's not managed to keep his car from a retirement there.
Or there.
But
It's a good effort anyway.
he's mustered on Mitch. Always a driver that seems to not call it quits. Early goes to finish, pick up the result in the end. And
Mr. Range has got past Nawarp as well.
yeah, he's 2.5 seconds behind Mike as well, so that's not where Mr. Age wants to be in comparison to his rival for this race. And Mike is now carrying on at Chris, and that is,
Down to a second.
yeah, and it's Alfie again in the wall on those intermediate tyres. Yeah, that's, I don't know how he's carrying on with those. Rock keeping out of trouble at the moment.
Did Adam have a moment? Or was he in front? Was he behind SPW?
No, he was in front of those guys. I think he's alright. And that is pit stop for Heli and F4 Fusion. F4
He's
Fusion,
gone
I
on
think.
to mediums.
Yep.
And Fusion's gone on.
And that. So Adam's coming to the back of SPW and he's picked up damage. Oh, that's not what he wanted to do. And Adam
He's
is.
just lost the right end plate, hasn't he?
And there goes SPW. You're going to make a bit of contact here. They both do. And bit of
Side
wheel
by
to
side
wheel
again.
action. Here we go. Up the hill. They're keeping side by side of each other here. Oh, and there's been a big contact with the barrier for Adam, and now there's
another
big,
one.
really big contact here. Adam and SPW, they're turning
wheels
into
are
each other here. What's happening?
Wheels are
This
locked.
is, and there goes SPW, big send,
Oh,
and they
dear.
have locked out
Oh,
at the
dear.
nose hairpin, and I don't know what's happened there. That was,
That was a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact.
yeah, and oh, that was interesting. And F4 Fusion, I think bumping of the barrier at the chicane, he picks up a 3-second penalty for that, which I don't know. And SPW, he's hunting Adam here.
I see that.
Here we
I
go.
see it.
So these two, they both got big damage, and there goes SPW. He is saying no, thank you. I'm taking the position here, and there goes Adam. He goes into the pits.
Dived up the inside into the
SPW
pits,
as well.
look.
Oh, this is a very
They're
interesting
gonna
one.
love the
As
rest of
Mike
this
takes the
race.
position of Chris into the Mirabeau corner, and Mike gets ahead of the McLaren, and Mr. Rage is over the back of him now. So getting stuck behind Chris has cost Mike
Oh, he's
a lot of
been
seconds.
overtaken as well. Ranger's just overtaken Chris.
Oh, look at the two. The Red Bull and the Racing Point. And SPW getting a 3-second penalty there. And
SPW
that's a yellow
goes
flag, and that's now up. He's had a moment. Oh, and the tyres are cooked, but I don't think he's got damage, so he's going to carry on. And there goes SPW, big sends. They're going to keep it clean again. Here they go. They're going to have another go at it. And SPW gets past here. And F. Lewis has had a moment as well. Maybe with Mikey. But F. Lewis is looked like he was all in a spin there. And he's now down to P7. So it seems this race has been
side by
alternative.
side with SPW again. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
They both just shot straight forward.
And SPW is just going to go full send. Again, here we go. Big corner cut. Yeah. Oh, no, they're going to make big contact again. And SPW comes off second best once again. Adam could carry on. That SPW going to try and carry on as well.
Adam hasn't even got any wing damage either.
Without a care in the world. SPW just cutting the corner. I think he wants to try and kill Adam on track here.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Ranger's closed in on Mikey as well, a bit more. Mike up top. A P2 spot will be...
these two are not near anyone, so I don't think they really care much about
Chris
it.
has
But
just hit. He's just put a new wing and softs on.
oh, I mean, that is one of the cars. It's Ranger in the, and he's lost his whole front wing. There's a VSC.
I think he
And
went
there
on
we
to
go.
hards and he just outbroke himself coming down the
SPW
hill.
going to full send to Adam here. Adam, he's gonna try and get a move on here on this VSC restart. Even if it doesn't get restarted or not. There's F4 Fusion. And there goes SPW, and he's failed again!
He spun again.
This is just embarrassing for SPW, and he gets a drive-through for speeding on the VSC. I wonder how many penalties he's got for all those corner cuts. And Adam's got 13 seconds, and he's DNF'd. I don't think SPW was happy with how Adam got past him in the first place, maybe. Because they're both making a lot of contact, and they're just throwing their cars at each other.
I think their wheels got
Oh,
locked at
Adam's
one point.
made more contact as well, but yeah, I think those two definitely something happened between them two. SPW will be able to say something about it afterwards, what might have happened, but
Ranger and Pelly might have a little race here. They've just come out the pits. On
it's
fresh
ended
mediums.
now. It's only a fun race, guys. You don't have to, like, I mean, maybe a fun race, but still, you don't have to throw your cars at each other. So, just gonna quickly look for any on-track battles. I think Mr. Rage is back with Mike. So, like the starting stint of this race, the first stint on the soft tyres, Mr. Rage is back.
Oh,
And he's
lost an empire there. Is that
DC, no, and that is Mr. Rage. DC, I'm going to quickly invite him. If I can. I don't know if I have him on my friend. I think I do, yes. So, just go and get him off there. And he appears offline. Though. Fucking hell, Mr. Mr. Rage, he's been pulled into the pits by the game. That is sacrilege by the game. I don't even know how his game attack goes, so I have to try here. That's the right one. But Mr. A's been put on brand new mediums and he's down P5. So that's not what he wanted. I don't know when he'll be able to get back in, if he had any spare invite, but he's still AI at the moment. Chris took the fastest lap whilst we were doing that.
Yeah, he's on softs.
But I think Mike is comfortably in control of his P2. Now up, when he pits, he's going to be in a tricky situation. He'll probably be behind F. Lewis.
He is missing an end plate as well, so he might do his wing.
You want to try and pit as early as he can, when he can pit or not, but Brock might be at a point he can possibly pit for the softs at the end for a fastest lap, but of course won't do it if the gap's too small.
Chris won't get to the end on them softs, so surely.
Nah, you have to go for a new set of softs as well. Too early for softs, really.
He's had them on 3 laps, so that'd be...
But I think he's got a clear gap ahead of him after Naup. I don't think Naup's going to fight it too much as well, because Naup's got damage. In the end, he's going to get that repaired, and that's going to be costing him a lot, and
Yeah,
he does it again. And yeah, Chris thanking him again, and once again, Naup saying no problem. Second time this race, that second, but. And now, there ain't any on-track battles, so...
No, there isn't.
What to talk about?
A lot of gaps.
No. I mean, of course, you were a driver this season, Skarma, so... I mean, from your perspective, I ask you about the season, how it was for you.
The end of the season, I started, it was quite nice, you know, the race with this group. Obviously there's some pace there at the front, but the middle battles, I mean, there could be 7 drivers there from 5th to 12th, and they're all the same speed, or on different tracks, one slightly faster than the other, and it keeps it more exciting, you know, rather than people just finishing in the same places every week.
Yeah, it's never really the same, really. I
No,
mean,
it's never the same.
At the front, it could be a little bit different. I mean, you've had the races where it's been completely different.
Yeah.
Like, middle and end of the season, definitely. But from a commentator's perspective, yeah, been quite a good season to watch from a spectator standpoint anyway. So, I mean, the racing was clinical between everyone. I mean, there was some dramas, some incidents, but in the end, I'd say every single race, there was a show that was put on. So, that was good to see.
Wolf just hit as well. I wonder where he'll come out.
Yes, and that is Alfa Romeo of Mitch Orsevet. So now getting that new front wing on, and he'll
come out. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he might
P7
be able to catch up with the softs on.
It's going to be a tricky one to make it to the end on those softs, but I think he should just about if he does some conservation.
Elfwise has done 14, so he's looking at 22 laps on them tyres if he gets them to the end. So
Chris needs to get a move on those tyres. In the end, I think he's going to be secure for a P3 for a brand new set of softs. He just needs to get a few more laps on those tyres. Mr. Rage, of course, disconnected, so...
He has a 17-second gap to those guys at the moment.
So that advantage from Chris here, that he's going to get out. He's going to have Mr. Rage being the blockade.
Mr. Rage isn't in his car still. He's still got an X as Mikey just passed him, so...
Yeah, Chris is going to take the P3, I think, this race, if he carries on how he is going. Now, of course, had to repair that damage, so he's not in the greatest position, and he has to overtake a few other cars as well. And Officer Doofy picks up another penalty. So he's on 16 seconds, Mitchell on 31 seconds. Officer Doofy 16. 8 seconds for Ranger. 6 for Pelly and 3 for Chris, Mikey and now.
I mean, if Chris can hold on to third, that'd be quite good, because the two above him and Mikey behind him, they've only stopped once. So that'll be 3 stops. Good. be a pretty good drive, actually.
Brock's getting a gap, so he may be able to stick on a set of softs near the end of the race. And Mr. Rage has finally got back.
Finally come back.
Very late. Very late back to the party, and in the end he has lost out. So he was only about 1.5 seconds or under behind Mike, and now he is about 35, 36.
Seconds.
Yeah, 38 seconds behind Mike, so he's lost out about 35 from that. And when he takes control again, I don't know when it will let him take control, but hopefully as quick as possible. I think, is that him back now? No, it's still ghosted, so... Oh, there he is.
There he is. You can see by his delta ton there, by sector 2 he was 6 seconds down. That's just the AI, isn't it?
Oh, Mr. Rage, he's done a Schumacher.
Straight into the wall.
I don't know what's happened there, but was on for a podium. Of course, losing that time under the disconnection. And he's going to come into the pits. I think that might be... Oh,
He might go fastest lap.
he might go for something. Surely. Yeah, soft tyres just to race to the end of the race.
That'll give Adam someone to race with, being on his hard still, and to the end.
And Chris is on brand new softs now as well, so...
I did come out in front of Mike by quite a long way as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Mike
5.5
and
seconds
Mike.
ahead at the moment. So Chris and Mike goes on to a brand new set of softs. So Brock, he's got the free choice. He's got about a 40-second gap behind him. He could go to the softs. I think he'll try and go as long as possible and then pit for a fresh set of softs, fastest lap at the end. Just to cap off this race. And thinking about it, I don't think Brock has lost his lead at all this race, so...
No, he hasn't. From when he set off, he had a great start as well. And then just pulled away from there, didn't he?
Yellow flag
coming
in
into the pit
middle
now.
sector there. One of the McLarens is Alfie. No, not Alfie, Ranger. Getting confused with the actual OTL seats. And oh, it's Ranger in the wall there. Don't know what's happened, but
I think he might have just been letting a few people pass.
don't think there's going to be any on-track battles at all. And Brock, he's going to come in early for the softs. He's not going to wait around as he rejoins in the lead by clear margin. And Pelly takes the fastest lap, a 10.6 for him.
Everyone's pitting for them a soft tyre look. And they've got a gap.
Yeah, I think the front runners are going to be happy that on these brand new tyres.
You think Mikey's going to try and go to the end on his mediums? He's been on them 17 laps.
Yeah, easily.
And the Warp is flying behind him though. He's caught up by 3 seconds.
Well, looking at the penalties, now up by 6, Mikey is 3. Mikey's going to try and keep him behind, I think. If there was no penalties for now up, I think Mikey would let him through, but Mikey has that advantage. And
Ooh.
of
I
course
mean,
now...
Elfwise is almost close enough to them with his penalties as well, isn't he?
Also now up as well, his tyres are going to die out at the end. Mike steals the fastest lap. Well, they're put on telemetry now, actually no, lap data I mean. So Brock 2 attempts up in sector 1, so he is going for that, and Mitch has been disqualified.
And Chris is just taking
10-0
now.
And yeah, Mitch Looks like he is out of the session. So he kept going, gave it his all there, but in the end, just a bit too many for the penalties wise. But a good effort anyway to end off F1 2020. And he'll be joining JNTech's Matterman, F4 Fusion and SPW, the retirements of the race. And we're on lap 33. Brock's just started lap 33, going up into the casino section. So after this, there's going to be about 6.5 laps left at the moment. So we're coming near the end of this race. Thank God for that. And I think Brock pushing for a fastest lap here, which is currently belongs to Chris with a 10.0, Brock a 10.1 on that previous attempt.
Oh, he had a bad exit coming up the home straight.
His attempt down at the moment is Brock, but pushing, and that's
We've got a yellow flag.
Pelly.
Pelly having a bit of problem through the tunnel.
Bit of damage, but is Brock gonna take back the fastest lap here in this race? He's not. I think that might have been his last opportunities really for it as well. So not gonna be a grand slam, looks like, for Brock, unless he does get a gap over Mike, but still. I think he's just, it's just normal laps, I think, for Brock. He's not pushing for anything like a fastest lap.
And
That's Ranger.
No, that's Ranger.
Yep. So Pelly, brand new softs, and a new wing.
The warp. Is he going to try and get past here in turn one? No. I think Mikey's just planting his car in the middle of the track and can't get past him.
Now it's going to have to find a gap. Find some gap where Mikey can't defend from when he gets his nose in.
The next couple of laps as well, if he wants to make up that 3-second gap.
Yeah, I don't think the tyres are going to last here. I think those mediums are starting to get better and better. And Mikey comfortably ahead coming into chicane again. So
they are 20 laps old, his tyres.
Yeah, but they can last another 10 laps, those mediums, and still be pretty much alright. And now I think he's only got a few more laps left of those tyres until they get puncture territory. And yeah, he's
really struggling out that last corner.
Yeah, he might have to pit at the end of this race. He's got 12 seconds behind him, F. Lewis, on his 22 lap old medium tyres, now 23 lap old. And Brock starts the final 4 laps of the race. We're going to stick on board with this Mikey now up battle.
Chris has just got another time penalty.
I don't think that he's not going to worry about penalties. He's pretty much got his P3 solidified, I think. As long as nothing happens these last few laps, safety car can still happen in the next half a lap. And Ranger gets a penalty for corner cutting. Heavily struggling here. It's that McLaren, so he's got to be careful. Oh. And I think he's... I think Ranger, yeah, he's
had
enough, I think. turning into the barrier, then he's going to stick on a new set of soft tyres, I think. As long as nothing happens within the next 3 seconds. There's not going to be a safety car this race. With no full safety car, which is insane. Pelly steals the fastest lap away
from Chris.
Yeah, but just about a 10th over Chris, so it's not too big. Chris is at a point where he could pit, I think. He sees Pelly taking that fastest lap. I think Chris will pit in the next couple of laps. He'd be comfortably ahead of Mikey.
Well, he has to pit next lap if he does.
Yeah, he's got to come in at the end of this lap if he wants to have another go at that fastest lap. Meanwhile, Brock...
The warp softs are gone off now as well.
Yeah, those tyres are fully dead now. I think challenge for now just to get those tyres to the end of the race. And Mike picks up a penalty, and I think he's not really having to worry too much about stuff like 2 laps to go now. Here we go again. Now getting closer and closer there, but he's starting to drop off completely. 1.4 seconds. Yeah, he got really close to the barrier again as well. So
just touched the barrier, but he didn't pick up any damage.
F. Lewis as well, he carried on, so he has a comfortable gap behind him, but he's not going to go for anything. But yeah, now it's completely dropped off. Is he going to make it to the end on those tyres? I don't know, but we'll see. Oh god, those tyres don't look good. He's saving the car, just wrestling the car out the exits. That was mental from in there. And race leader Brock, I think he's about to start the final lap. Pretty comfortable race for him, and he hasn't won F1. Well, it's not a league race really, it's a fun race, but still hasn't won an F1 race since season 10 HWR USA.
Wow.
Been a very long time. Going against the same guys, I would count it. Taking the confidence into the new game as well. Of course, some of the guys will have one more race to go as well. But there's no more on track battles. This is pretty much it. To the line, and it's now.
He hasn't got a puncher, he's got damage.
I don't know. He hasn't got damage, but I don't know if he's gonna get a puncture or not. But Brock is coming through the final chicanes here, the swimming pool chicane, into Raskas, I think, and he's going to weave across the line. An absolutely dominating race, and he's going to do the cheeky burnouts Max Verstappen did at the Styrian Grand Prix. Brock wins. Pretty much dominating race there from him. Mike, he's going to come across the line for P2. Oh, he almost crashed there. Very lucky to keep out of the wall. There's a Renault there, and Mike's going to do the exact same thing as Brock. And Chris didn't go for the pits for fastest lap take back. He's going to solidify the P3. He weaves away as well, and that is Alfie doing donut. No, not Alfie. Ranger doing donuts. Always getting confused with the McLarens, I think, in this, but yeah. That is to celebrate the end of OTL on F1 2020. and he's crashed into the wall, but there we go.
Oh, it wasn't a bad race, that, actually.
It's a pretty interesting one in terms of strategy anyway. Chris managed to come back from that. Mr. Rage, very unlucky with the disconnect, really.
Yes, I think he would have got third. I think he would have... I mean, yeah, he was right behind Mike, but I don't know how it would have gone near the end, but I think he would have took a podium position.
But yeah, Brock win the final OTL race of F1 2020. Of course, OTL Elite this week as well to finish off that season. Not a championship race, of course, today, but still. Brock wins, Mike P2, Chris P3, Mikey P4 are now up the last of the finishes on the lead lap. F. Lewis, the only driver other than Brock to pick up no penalties over the race. Mr. Rage, Officer Doofy, Pelly with the fastest lap, and Ranger completing the finishers and the non-finishers. SPW, Ethel Fusion, Matuman, Jantex and Mitch rounding off the results for tonight's race. But yeah, I think just get the drivers in, and the owner as well. Adam, probably want to say a few words to everyone for the end of the season, but yeah, that would be an interesting one. I don't think anything's been said though, but see if Brock joins as well, but I don't think he does usually, so. But anyways, see if anyone joins. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate. He gave it his best anyway, even with the Porter. Carried on going with that, but I think, yeah, Mike's gone off. Let's quickly look. Is Adam or Chris still there? If they're not, I think we'll probably just end it. I think Adam's gone off as well. So I think that will wrap it up for OTL on F1 2020. Of course, OTL Elite this Thursday. Of course, Wednesday being the Euros game for England, so the numbers will pretty much be few to nothing, I think, little to nothing for that. So the day has been moved to Thursday for the finale in Sakhir. Bahrain's sure to be a good one for the OTL Elite guys, but for here, OTL on F1 2020, I think it's time to say goodbye to everyone. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone who did tune in for not just today, but for OTL as a whole, this season and last season even. So, yep, I think from me and Skarma, I think that's it. So yeah.
Thank you for having me, and see you later, guys.
Yeah.